a bit different from what we had done yesterday. Hello, listen. Thank you. So yesterday we were working with lines, vectors. Today it's a bit different because we call it Photoshop. Actually the software was designed just to edit simple photo, to add color, to remove color, but later the software evolved and it involves a lot of image editing design. So this one is second part of graphic design. Actually is combined, vector and Photoshop. So this one, let me just open the software and start explaining the environment. During our Visual Studio class, I showed you one of the interface design is about multiple documents. So this one you can use multiple documents at a time. Can you see that one? That's one. Here at the back, can you see this line? Okay. So it's slightly similar to Corel Draw, but this, they're doing different work. Let me just explain the workspace. Actually, the second one. So, as every software has this title bar containing the name of the software, the second one is menu bars. Then the third one is property bar. It's the same as Corel Draw. Sometimes you might be confusing. Can I do this in Corel Draw? Can I do that in Photoshop? Some things are similar you can do in both softwares, but some you cannot. That's why at the end, I will show you what you can do in Photoshop and you can finish it in Corel Draw. So you will still recall some of the lessons we went through last time. So this is the workspace. When you open any Photoshop, I started learning this software from version 3. Now they're in version 14. So I know how the software evolves, and it started this way. It's always blank. You have to open the software and you start with the document, either new or existing or open picture. So the menu bar is just opening new, existing, recent. Edit is about copying and pasting. Image, I will show you how to retouch image. Layers. Yesterday we were using objects. You remember? You take a box, you draw it, and you can easily select it using the pick tool. But in Photoshop, you are working with layers. Because you can open one document and you duplicate layers, so you create so many layers to have a composite objects. That's what I've explained here. You need to composite design. You take this one and you take that one and you combine and give something unique. So then you have select. Yesterday we are using this pick tool in Corel Draw to select an object. But in Corel Draw, because you are dealing with layers, so it has to be in form of marquee. You know marquee? In your HTML, you create a header and you can create a scrolling text called marquee. Can you recall that one? So it's the same thing here. If you design, you wanted to control it, so you have to apply that marquee tool. Filters is about the effects. Marquee. It's marquee. Then filters, you can apply different effects. I'll show you. Then view is about the interface. You have window, how to arrange layers, the palette. This one you don't need to worry about them at the moment. So this one is a help file. Okay, let me just start by opening new document. Just like every software, you click on new or Control N. In Corel Draw, you have a property bar that will allow you to select the color, the size of the paper you want, right? So this one is different. When you click on this one, this is where you select the size of the paper. A4, C5. Our normal document is always A4, the one we use to print our assignments and official documents, right? I click OK, it opens. So you can see it's untitled. Are you following? Good. So The first tool is called a rectangle marquee tool. Can you read? Rectangle marquee tool. Yeah, if you want to draw rectangle. Can you see the marquee is moving? So that's why they call it marquee. Marquee, anything that is moving continuously, that's what they call marquee. It's a Latin word. Or you can switch to ellipse. Slightly, you see, yesterday in Corel Draw, the rectangle is different from the ellipse cycle. But this one, they are together. You only need to press and hold your mouse. So a menu will appear, so you can choose either of them. So you have a lasso tool. Lasso tool, you can design the marquee manually. Instead of having, square or circle, perfect. Maybe you wanted to cut a picture or a mountain or a cloud or something. So that is not perfect. So you can use this one as a custom. And at the end, it will appear. Can you see it's moving? Whatever you want to do now, I select that area. I can change the color, I can put effect, I can do whatever I want. Then you have a magic wand. You know magic wand? If you're watching Disney's TV, most of the time they're using these magic wands, right? The one that talisman, they call it talisman or magic wand. Yeah, magicians, they used to cast a spell, with a stick. So they call this one, it's a magic. You can crop a picture. Let me open a picture from my pictures. Yeah. Can you see now? I'm working with two documents. The first one I open and the second one. Okay, let me just get rid of this. I drag. Edit, transform, I enlarge it. I go to edit, transform. So this magic wand, I can select the background color. I remove it. Can you see? Just press delete. Any difficulty? Okay, so just click and delete. So you can bring another picture and put behind. Control Edit, transform. So in Corel Draw, if you want to enlarge or manipulate a picture or an object, you just click on it. But here you have to transform the selection. So that's why I'm following this one. You can press Ctrl T or you can go to the menu and select it. So this is layer palette. Because we are dealing with layers. Yesterday we were using page up, page down to arrange between layers, right? I told you the layers are created by seniority. The first one will be behind, the last one will be at the front. So if you want to rearrange them, you have to change the physical appearance of the layer. Are you seeing? Can you see? This one is at the bottom. If you want to change it, just switch. So the layer palette is always there. So can you see now? So did you see emerge? I removed the color from the previous background and merge it into this one. So that is the use of this magic wand is by selecting distinct color. Then you have a cropping, like in full Corel Draw. Press enter. You just crop. This one I don't know how to use it. Some of the tools I don't know how to use, so I will show you the ones I know. Yeah. Of course, this one is brush tool. Brush, you can have this one effects. Anyway, later I'll show you how to use this one. Now it could be complicated. The next one is stamp. They call it stamp or what? Clone stamp. So cloning is about making correction, patching. For example, this dot on the water. Can you see this white spot? If I want to get rid of it, I can use this clone stamp. So I can press, hold, Alt, copy, and now. Do you understand? Okay. You see there is a spot here. Maybe a scratch in a photo or unwanted object. You don't want it, so you want to cover it up, right? So you take this tool called a clone stamp. You know cloning? Taking properties from something and applying it onto another object. Yeah? No. Patching. Patch. Just like patching. A puncture. If your tube get punctured, you used to put something and hold it, right? So it's the same thing. So you can copy part of the water and replace this spot. So to do that, you have to press Alt. You click the portion you want, and then you click on the portion you want to cover. Yeah? Yeah, you release, you just click on the first, and then you switch and click. Let me reveal it again. Look. Can you see it's here? So I want to copy this portion of the water and cover that white spot. So I have to press Alt and then click. So I press Alt, I click. So I copy this position. So when I come over this one, I just click on it. So it will cover. It will copy where I press Alt and click, and then it will apply it onto the white spot. This one is about correcting faces. If you have pimple, you can. Later I will take a picture with all this spot and I will get rid of it. So that is the use of clone stamp. This one also I don't know how to use it. Then eraser. Eraser is about cleaning. It's too big. This is the size. Select eraser. Can you see? We're just deleting some portion. You know, just like normal eraser, you draw with the pencil, then you use eraser to clean. Then you have gradient fill. Gradient fill is filling with colors. You click. You can see it applies. You can choose colors from here. Chocolate. You can choose this one. Anything. You can have radial. Radial, that means circle, right? Then you have conical. You have linear. And you have diamond. It just appears like a diamond, right? And this one, only this one I know how to use. It's called a Smudge tool. Oh, it's too heavy. Actually, I made a mistake. It's too heavy. I have to use a very small portion of it. So Photoshop consumes your memory. If you're working with Photoshop, close every other application is better. If not, it will chop up your physical memory and your computer might be working very, very slow, which is too bad. Control plus to zoom, control minus to zoom out. Zoom in plus, zoom out minus. Let me, which one I'm using here? I'm using this Smudge tool. 2. Yeah, can you see? Yeah. Smudge tool is just like you are distorting an image. What you cannot do in Corel Draw, this one is easier to do, right? Then this one, I don't know how to use this one. When this pen, you can take a picture from here. Yeah. Now you see, listen. Can you see the background? He has these guys. Look, this portion is very important. Listen. You know, I want to cut off this background. I want to have His Royal Highness alone. So I will use this tool, pen tool. You maximize, you take this pen tool. You see the first one? So you start tracing the edges of his clothes. You see, I'm following his edge. So, I finished tracing him. But I have to convert this path into my key tool. So you have to right click on it and say make selection. Are you following? Make selection, okay. Whatever it brings. You see the my key tool, I created a path, now I have a my key tool. So I can control that particular portion. Yeah? No shortcut. Yeah? So let me get rid of this. You can delete these guys. So you see there are two different documents. I want to drag it from here, you have to take this small tool. When I come in, you will see a little scissors. Can you see? So you click and drag. So you see, I have the emir himself alone. Transform, and then you increase the picture. And double click. So, can you see, I removed him out from his friends. Oh, his subjects. Sorry to say that. Can you see? Yeah? Do you understand all? I shall repeat. Shall I? Yes. This is a picture. I just want to design a calendar or book. I just need His Royal Highness picture. I don't want to see anyone. So I have to cut it out of this background. So to do that, I take this pen. This pen only creates a path. Do you understand the part? I want to, the portion I want to take out of that picture, so I have to trace it myself. You see now is I'm following. Any confusion? No? So then you cannot take it. If you take this tool, you come, it brings everything. I want only the emir. So you have to use the pen tool on this one. Right click inside and see make selection. So this make selection will convert this line I created into my key. Because only my key you can move around. So you click. Okay, don't worry about this for now. So can you see with the pen tool also I cannot drag it. So I have to go back and take our move tool. In Corel Draw, you call it pick tool. In Photoshop, it's called move tool. So I take this one, so it becomes a scissors. So I click and drag it. Do you understand now? Are you alright? Huh? What? Alright? Then we have a text tool. Just write text. Did you see the text? And oh, this one I don't know how to use them. Only the zoom tool. Click the actual picture. So I can only show you this one. So I'm going to use all these tools to design and manipulate objects as we move along. So we finish with this workspace. I showed you the tools and the layer palette. Can you see? So just learn how to use this layer palette. It's very important. It will ease your tasks because you can have more than 20 objects in one document. So you need to scroll and see which one you are looking for. So you can even name them. Double click, like this one is layer 4. Okay, cancel. How can I change? Okay, you double click and say Emir. Click. So as you are scrolling, if you see Emir, you know you are identifying His Royal Highness picture. So you can rename the layers on the layer palette. Are you understanding? Good. What again? What next? Layers you already know. We finished. Then composite designs. How to combine two objects to create one. Let me check if I have pictures. So this is a picture of a lady. So I'll use the same trick. Look at it. It's the same thing I did just now. I'm done, right? Listen. Then you right click, the same thing. Apply. Okay. So you see the marquee tool. So let's look for a nice picture. Let me see. So she's now here. Let me just cut this. Just see, put it, transform and increase. So you can use the one magic wand and delete this one, so it appears like real picture. I can take a text. Yeah, just like an advert. So you've seen just 3 objects. I cut the lady from one background, I open a picture and I write a text. So 3 composite objects makes one advert. Do you understand? Just like we did MTN yesterday, night. I mean, We did MTN advert, right? We design our table and we composite the logo, the color, and it brings something in. So the same thing with Photoshop, but this Photoshop you are working with layers. You see 3 layers: the background, the lady, and the text. So because you are dealing with layers, whichever one you want to work with, you have to right click on it and move. Can you see the cursor is on the girl, but when I click and move, it's moving the text. Why? Because the text layer is selected. So you have to select the lady from here. So when you come now, you can move it. You can move her like this one, or you can right click on it and select. Can you see? Unlike in CorelDRAW directly, if the mouse is touching, you can select and move. Else you cannot do anything. Do you got this? Then let's move on to effects. The same girl. Look at this girl. She looks beautiful, right? So let's go to filter and see liquify. Did you see this one? I click zoom to this. So this thing is too big. Where is the size? Okay. I just want to make it reasonable. So from here you can like this. Yeah. Can you see these changing faces? Like this one. So she become like a zombie, right? So you see, I cartoonized the girl. She was a real picture, but now I put something. Do you get it? So you click OK. Look at the difference. Yeah? Can you see the difference now? So you can create cartoon. You can take Good Luck Jonathan and you can do this. And don't tell him that I teach you how to. Yeah. So like this one, you see, select this background. Let's go to filter again, render, lens flare, and I can have a sun. Can you see now? We have the sun. Look at it. Look at it. You just select the background. You see, the car picture is selected. So you go to filter, render, and lens flare. So you can position where you want to see the sun is coming. You click OK. Can you see it now? Render, lens flare. can you see now? The sun is shining, even though it's in the evening. So you can make it look like this. Actually, I'm showing you the effects. You can use this one to do another things. Like, let's just have a car. Let me check if we have another car. Like this one. This guy is look. So let's on the fog lights. You see, it's a picture. Is it possible? So you just do the same thing. Go to filter, render, lens flare, and just point at the fog lights. Filter, render, lens flare on the second one. So we have two lights on now. Did you see? Is it a magic or real? It's real. So I'm just showing you, you just think, what do you want to do? What is the effect? How can you manipulate it? That's it. Do you get this idea? So in some documents it can appear like a sun, in some documents like a light. Some you can use it for whatever you want. Let me take another one. Actually, these are all my works. Like this. Can you see? Let me take my key, draw, then you free transform selection, draw, transform selection. So you go back to filter again, but this time around I'm going to motion. This motion blur. Okay, come on. Cancel. Filter. Actually, these are all effects. I will show you some of them. Motion blur. No. Filter. I just want to make the card look like it's moving. Radio. Can you see now it's distorted? So if you remove it, apply the same effect at the back. Okay. You see? So if you have a tar at the bottom, it will appear like the car is moving. Why? Because you twist the ring. The ring, I mean. Do you understand the effect? I think I need to cut it off. Let me cut. Let me cut this one. So this is another way of cutting, just like the pen, but this one is not perfect because my hand is shaking and I'm a bit nervous. Cut this down. Just drag it here. We drop. How to apply drop shadow. Okay. Wow, it cannot come out. Why? Actually, I'm holding the mic with this hand. It will be very difficult for me to show you the other. I just want to show you that the picture, the car is moving and the picture is taken. So if a car is moving, you take the picture, definitely the rim will look, you know, that they're spinning. You understand? I just want to show you that one, but it's difficult for me to do that now. So let's just skip to another thing. Control V. This picture, you can use it as a background. You can blow the picture, Gaussian blow. Just stop. So you can mark. Okay, see? So do you see? I open a picture and I convert it to a background. You can have so many pictures and convert them and they will look nice. This one, let's try. Filter, apply vision blow. Yeah, it looks nice, huh? You can blow a picture and create a PG. Then background, filter, render, cloud difference, matching texture. Let's just mosaic cast. So can you see the effects I wanted to use? Apply OK. Can you see from that blow I now have a calculator. I use this texturizer, mosaic. There are different textures. They even have bricks. So you can use these filters and create. Are you understanding the tools? It's a bit boring, right? I will start creating something stunning later. So how is this background? Is it nice? Can you see the motion picture? Yeah. So now let's move on to photo retouching. Actually, you can try most of them here. They're all artistics. Blur, brush stroke, distort. You can have 12. Then you select background, filter, distort, trial. Can you see the effect this time? Are you seeing? It's all from the filter. What? So let's go back to our girl here. I use the regular blur, the shadow. Click OK. Go to edit, image, change to screen. Can you see now it's brighter, right? I will repeat the steps, don't worry. Filter, vision blur, edit, fade, then I have soft lights. So, how do you see the first one and this? Where's the other one? Delete this girl. Can you see the visibility between the two objects is different? So let me repeat the same thing on this girl. I applied a filter called motion Gaussian blur. You know, I just blurred the pictures a bit. Can you see? So whatever effect you apply, you can fade it, you can reduce the intensity, you can reduce the opacity. So I go to edit, fade, you know fading? So I change it to screen. Can you see now it's brighter? I click OK. I then go back again and apply the same blur. And then fade. And now this time around I will use soft light. So this is how they used to deceive us. If they are designing magazine covers, they retouch the picture so that it appears sexy looking, you know. So this is how they do it. I'm sure now it's okay, you're watching on screen, that's why my view is different from yours. But at least the resolution is nice. Are you seeing? So any confusion about this? Yeah? 2? Huh? So let me show you this lady. I'm still using the same lady. The picture. Let me open. Where is the picture? Let me open it. No. Can you see this background is like yellowish, is brighter than this one. And you want the lady and the background to have the same color because you are going to use the lady maybe for an advert, right? So you copy the image color. This one, can you see the name is long? I don't know. So you can go to layer. Is it layer? No, image, adjustment, match color. Can you see this? So I will look for a source on this one. So can you see now? This one inherited the color properties of the lady so that it looks closer to each other. So you can do this match color thing. Let me do it again. You select this picture. Now, you want to use this lady on this picture, but the lady's color is different from that of the background, which is not professionally correct, right? So you select the background. This one, you go to image, adjustments, match color. So because I selected the background, so I need to know which source. What do I need to use? So you see, I want to change this background to this lady's picture composure. So you can fade, can reduce. So at least now the color of the background is closer to the girl. So it appears like the girl took the picture there. Do you understand? It's about composing two different objects. Or I can change the colors, like her clothes is white now. I can go image, adjustment, replace color. Can you see? There is color. Then I change it to blue. Click OK. Huh? Huh? Yeah, I select the lady. I just want to change her clothes color, the shirt. What? And yeah, I just selected, I only select the shirt. Yeah. Adjust. Replace color. Like this. So this is the replacement. This is the selection, this is replacement. click OK. Wow. No, the picture is a very low quality, that's why it is giving this problem. No, sorry, the picture is not good. That's why. Let me take another one, like this car. Select, layer, adjustment, replace color. Wow. Sometimes it's difficult to work with this. You have to play around. I don't know why. When I want to show you, it's never working. Yeah, when I want to do it, it's easy. Let me take something and change the color easier. Yeah, just looking for a nice thing, something that is. So this one, layer, image, replace color, and then change it to red. Something is wrong with it. What happened? Wow, I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Just understand, this one is about replacing color. I don't know why it's never working now. It's making me shy, and guilty. Something went wrong. Then filter, layer, photo filter. Layer, all. You can change to gray, black. Can you see now? It's changing. Yeah, you can change green, the face, the blue. So you apply. So this one is enough. You can try the rest yourself. There are so many things you can do with it. So let me move on to text effects. So this is a plain text. I want to give it an effect. I want to make it emboss. Image, no layer, layer style, bevel and emboss. Can you see now it changes? The depth. Are you following? The size. The color. Then this. You can even have hard chisel or soft chisel. Put rough shadow, outer glow. So can you see now this one is just applying effect to the text. Bevel and emboss. You can make it to glitter. Color overlay. Are you all seeing? So now I'll show you so many things. Let me design a calendar, wedding calendar. Or a graduation calendar. There? For workspace. Box. Yeah, that's what I want to open. New file, A4. Just watch this one. I take this. I blur the picture. Can you see? I apply it here. I edit, transform. I just fill it. So I come, I trace this boy. Right click, make selection, OK, move to click and drag, edit, transform, sorry, edit, transform, selection and click. So this is our eraser, increase the size. Can you see this effect? I just remove the sharp ending of the picture instead of having a clear end. So I just erase it like this. So it's blending, right? So this one, our magic wand can get rid of the inner one. Do you understand this? Control V. Then you write your text. Control plus to bring it. So yeah, I want to put the C. So I look for a nicer sample. Yeah, do you understand? I created different character from the regular one. You can highlight, give it a white color. This is the text color. Congratulations. Any better one? Yeah. Congratulations. See? Let me see. So now look at his face. I drag like this, huh? Select, Control Alt. Why is feather? Do we have feather here? Feather. Actually, I know the shortcut, but I don't know the menu side. It's Control Alt D. So see, copy, layer by copy. I created his layer. Yeah, I reduce the opacity. Yeah, look. Yeah, first of all, I just want to copy his face and just have as a background somewhere. I take this one. So I just want to copy the face, that's why I position it on his face. If I right click and can say layer via copy, I want to create new layer, but via copying. Instead of cutting, I want to copy that portion. So I click. Do you understand? But this one you see is perfect. You can see the top and the bottom. But I don't want to see the top or the bottom. So there are two ways. You either use this eraser and just distort like this. Can you see? Or before you even cut it out, you apply a feather. Feather, you know feather? But feather. How do you call it? How do you pronounce? Feather, right? So it's Control Alt D. I forgot the menu control. So I just give 20. You can give any number. You click and you right click on this one and say create layer via copy. So I created a new layer via copy. So this one is opacity. Opacity is the density of an object. If you want to make it transparent in Photoshop, in CorelDRAW, you have to go and take two and this one. But in Photoshop is easier. You just reduce this number. So the number determines the transparency of the object. Have you seen calendars or posters with this effect? Yeah, so this is how they create it. Do you get this? So what again? I duplicate, I just say distinction.